Beautiful goals have always been fascinating to watch, as have crucial tackles and critical moments, followed by passionate reactions from the defenders. However, nothing raises dopamine levels more than goalkeeping saves in high-stakes matches in which you realise you've witnessed something unique and unprecedented. Yes, such saves are rare, but this is precisely why the goalkeeper position is arguably the most difficult one. Diving saves, shot stops, and flawless positioning on the goal line. These are the most iconic high-leverage saves in history. Before we begin with number 10, we remind you to give us a like and a subscribe if you appreciate the content on the Blue Card channel, and hit the notification button so you can always be on time with our uploads. Now, let's get into it. Number 10, Keylor Navas vs Juventus 2017. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have none other than Keylor Navas' spectacular stop at the very beginning of the 2017 Champions League final. Real Madrid and Juventus came out against each other for the trophy after eliminating Atletico Madrid and Monaco in the semis. Navas had gained much experience in such high-stakes matches as he was in the final the year prior. Surprisingly, Juventus started the game much faster than Madrid, threatening Navas' goal twice by the 5th minute. However, the shots required only some basic and routine saves by the goalkeeper. Well, the next danger in front of Madrid's goal was completely different. Juve's midfielder Pjanic received the ball at the edge of the box and athletically volleyed it, but it was majestically denied by Navas, who was deservedly considered one of the best goalkeepers during that triple Real Madrid Champions League titles period. Number 9, Yassine Bono vs Spain 2022. At number 9, we revisit the 2022 World Cup round of 16 encounter between Spain and Morocco. The champions from 2010 were the absolute favourites to advance facing Morocco. Well, the fate actually had its final word. On paper, this should have been an easy task for Spain. However, Luis Enrique's boys tried everything possible to find the right key to Bono's goal, but Morocco defended very effectively. Thus, after nearly 15 shots towards the Moroccan goal, both teams had to take penalty shootouts. And this was the ideal stage for Bono to show his tremendous qualities. 3 times the shot was headed towards the net, and 3 penalties saved. Will we ever see anything like this ever again? I doubt it. We genuinely can't remember any goalkeeper to save all the opponent's penalties in a single shootout. Also, given Morocco's success at the 2022 World Cup, this could be remembered as the greatest night in African football. Number 8, Courtois vs Paris Saint-Germain 2022. At number 8, we turn our attention to another penalty save, but this time in regular time. PSG fans could remember the 2021-22 season with joy and sorrow. Yes, on the one hand, they had the opportunity to witness the GOAT in their team and watch the incredible trio of Messi, Neymar and Kylian Mbappe playing together and scoring goals for fun. However, on the other, they knew that this star-studded PSG team was destined to achieve so much more than in that campaign. The beginning of the failure was the night at the Parc des Princes. PSG was out against Real Madrid in the first leg of the round of 16. Messi had the perfect opportunity to score against his favourite opponent, but missed from the penalty spot. He was visibly disappointed after his execution, but it's safe to say that this penalty was saved by the brilliant Courtois rather than missed by Messi. PSG won that game 1-0, but the Spanish club overtook the aggregate lead at Santiago Bernabeu as Real Madrid made a historic comeback after Karim Benzema's hat-trick. Number 7, Gianluigi Buffon vs France 2006. Sliding into number 7, we have one of the greatest keepers of all time, Gianluigi Buffon. The Italian living legend, who retired just a couple of months ago from professional football, is undoubtedly one of the best in his position the world has ever witnessed. However, he wasn't known for his spectacular saves, but rather for those in crucial moments. In terms of impressiveness with his saves, Buffon is unlike Manuel Neuer, but the 46-year-old always delivered on big occasions. This was also the case in the final against France in 2006. The two teams had already scored in the first 20 minutes of the game, with the scoreline being 1-1, but France was pushing for a second goal. The leading force in France's attack was Zinedine Zidane, who had already managed to outplay Buffon with an incredible Panenka-style penalty. In one of the subsequent attacks, Zidane received a perfect cross from the right flank, delivered by Willy Sagnol, and sent a header towards the Italian goal, but Gigi Buffon made an excellent save keeping the team in the game. Number 6, Manuel Neuer vs PSG 2020. As we mentioned Neuer earlier, we can't skip his incredible save in the Champions League final. Comparing Neuer and Buffon, Both have arguably been the best goalkeepers in this last generation, but they definitely had some differences. As discussed, Buffon was clutch in big games, but his saves have never been as spectacular as Neuer's. On the other hand though, the German was the goalie for those saves that made you say, wow, how did he do that? In this context, Neuer's most iconic high leverage save was the one against PSG in the 2020 Champions League final. Bayern Munich was a favourite for the trophy, but PSG's attack of Kylian Mbappe and Neymar was more dangerous than ever. The two, combined with Di Maria, caused considerable trouble in front of Bayern's goal, but Neuer was there every single time. During the first half of the final in Lisbon, Neymar found himself in the penalty area and sent a perfect low shot, but Neuer kept his nerves and saved the attempt. Then the ball was back in Neymar's legs, who tried to return it to Di Maria, but Neuer saved again, rescuing Bayern in a very, very tight situation. Number 5. Marc-Andre ter Stegen vs Bayern Munich 2015. Yes, Neymar lost that encounter against Neuer, but he had his luck against the German wall a couple of seasons prior. In May 2015, when Barcelona had the best attacking trio in football of Messi, Suarez and Neymar, the Spanish team again had Bayern Munich as its opponent. But this time, unlike recent setbacks versus the German giant, Barca was the better team and headed to the second leg of the semi-finals with a comfortable 3-0 lead. However, the German side was trailing in the scoreline and attacked fiercely right from the start. Actually, if it wasn't for Marc-Andre, Bayern would have made the comeback after a goal in the 7th minute. Halfway through the second half, Lewandowski sent a powerful shot towards the opposing goal, which would have turned into a goal if it wasn't for ter Stegen's magnificent one-handed save. The German international just raised his left arm, but this wasn't enough. The ball started rolling towards the goal line, but ter Stegen showed incredible agility and caught it perfectly before it entered the goal. This was an insanely crucial save because Neymar then scored twice for Barca, sending them to the final. Number 4. Courtois vs Liverpool 2022. Climbing to the number 4 spot, we have another insane goalkeeper performance in a high stakes game. Courtois vs Liverpool in the 2022 Champions League final. What do you think of first when discussing the best goalkeeping displays in a single game? We bet most of you will think of the 2022 final when Real Madrid couldn't have won it had it not been for their Belgian goalkeeper. Actually, there isn't a particular save that could be singled out as the best from Courtois that night, but if we had to choose, it would have been the one against Mane in the first half. The winger made a magical move inside the penalty box and showed impressive shooting skills with his strike, but Courtois is well known for his reach with his hands and dealt with the situation perfectly. 9 saves with an expected goal faced rate of 2.5, indeed a remarkable performance from the big man. Number 3. John Stones vs Liverpool 2018. If you're surprised by the presence of a field player on our list, nowhere did we say it's only about goalkeeper saves. To be fair, that goal line clearance by Stone is probably worth 50 basic saves from the goalies. In winter 2019, Man City faced Liverpool in a title-deciding encounter at the Etihad. The best match between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp was an incredible, satisfying tactical game to watch. The two teams fought like two lions in the African savannas. However, they greatly respected each other. Two of the best clubs we have ever seen. Well, in the first half of the game, a misunderstanding between Ederson and Stones would have been costly for Man City. The defender tried to clear the ball, but instead shot right at Ederson. Then the ball returned towards the goal. Unfortunately for the citizens, Stones cleared it right off. Number 2, Casillas vs Netherlands 2010. Okay, runner-up at number 2, we have Iker Casillas' legendary save in the 2010 FIFA World Cup final. With Spain and Netherlands deadlocked in one of the most iconic matches in modern football history, the Spanish keeper made a life-saving move that probably still causes pain to the Dutch fans. At the beginning of the second half, the game was still 0-0 when Robben received a perfect through ball from Wesley Sneijder, breaking Spain's defensive line. The winger controlled and started running towards the goal with Puyol and Piqué on his back. The tension was enormous at that moment, but not for Casillas. Real Madrid's legend kept his composure, showed his lightning-fast reflexes, and denied Robben's shot with his foot. Crazy scenes. And number 1, Martinez vs France 2022. Yes, for about 12 years, that save by Casillas was the most incredible in football this century, but not after Emiliano Martinez's heroics in the 120th minute against France in the 2022 World Cup. So, let's begin with the fact that whatever we say about this game will probably not be enough. Drama and plot twists like a typical Christopher Nolan movie, 6 goals, 3 penalties in regular time, extra time, penalty shootouts, we all probably witnessed the peak of the pure footballing drama that day in December 2022. But none of this would have been completed without Martinez's save in literally France's last attack. With the score 3-3 in the 120th minute, Liverpool defender Ibrahima Konate kicked the ball forward. It fell into the possession of Kolo Muani, who fired a powerful one-touch volley into Argentina's goal, but it went straight at the feet of the onrushing keeper Martinez. Incredible, just incredible, and we should all be grateful because it's extremely likely we'll never see anything like that again on a football pitch. Well, what an experience this was, football fans. These were unbelievable football moments that are going to be remembered for a very, very long time. However, if you have some other memorable saves in mind, share them with us in the comment section below. Also, if you want to see the other side of the coin, you can check out the most stupid goalkeeper blunders video on our channel. Now, bye from us, and until next time.